Hello there, welcome to another edition of the Cryptic Mystic, and today I'm going to be solving a full-size cryptic crossword on mycrossword.co.uk, and the crossword is going to be by a fantastic setter there called PostMark, also known as Stamp when he sets for the Independent. I've done a few PostMark crosswords before and they're fantastic, really good challenge, and there's usually a bit of a theme to them as well. So just to let you know, they're on mycrossword.co.uk, so I'm going to be basically publishing a link to the crossword in the video description as well, so you can check that out. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And just before we get started, if you're completely new to cryptics, check out this video here, because this is a very short 60-second introduction to cryptics. You can have a watch to that, and then when you've finished that, come back and watch me hopefully go through this crossword piece by piece and clue by clue, and parsing it as we go. So let's get on with it, will we? Okay, here we are. This is crossword number 2386, and we're going to get started here with one across. This was published actually on Easter Sunday, so let's see if there's any Easter themes maybe involved here. Right, first one: dance joint opened by DJ's other half. Right, what could that be? Now, as you know, I mean, the definition's either at the beginning or the end of the clue, isn't it? So the definition is going to be either dance or half or other half, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, other half could refer to DJ. Like half of DJ could be a J. Dance joint opened by. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what that is. I have a feeling it's a dance, but 4-letter dances, I'm not really sure yet. Let's come back to that one. Let's try 3 across instead. Rook stretches to intimidate another bird. Again, it's 4 letters. Rook can be abbreviated to an R, from chess notation, so I think this is likely to be wordplay at this end, which means we're probably looking for a name of a bird here. So what does stretches to intimidate mean? Could be that stretches maybe is a container indicator, so that you put an R into a word, so that word will stretch. We need a word for intimidate. But I'm just trying to think of 4-letter words for birds that like tern, that have an R in them basically. Crow works actually, because we have an R for the rook, and then it's inside. To intimidate it would be the cow, wouldn't it? So yeah, I think crow works there. Cool, nice clue. Right, we're off and running, thank God. Right, 6 across. Lady Gaga getting new songwriter. That's a cool clue. Brilliant surface there, isn't it? Lady Gaga. Sometimes on the live stream we come up with there's some clues of the week. We have a clue of the week every week on the live stream we do on a Sunday, and a couple of times 1 or 2 of the participants have come up with fantastic ways of using like well-known names as a wordplay indicator of some description. So I'm just trying to work out if that's what's going on here. Something's getting new, so I think there's an N being inserted into something, and maybe it means lady, or it means songwriter. What could Gaga? Gaga could be an anagram indicator, couldn't it? Something's Gaga, it's a bit crazy, isn't it? Anagram indicators tend to be things that sort of hint at craziness, or things being all over the place, or drunk. So we could be putting an N with lady, actually. Songwriter. Dylan, look at that. Bob Dylan. What a cool clue that is. Very nice. Very clever. I love getting Lady Gaga in there. Works so well, doesn't it? Right, that's cool. Let's try 10 across now. Emperor's soldiers on expedition to capture Troy. Well, something's capturing Troy. That means, Troy is inside, or whatever we do with Troy. I don't know if it can be abbreviated to a T or not. But I think we're looking for an emperor here. 3, 6. Soldiers typically can be OR for other ranks, or RM for Royal Marines, or RE for Royal Engineers. So it can be R of something or other. On expedition to capture Troy. So we're looking for, I'm trying to think of an emperor. 3 and 6. Can't think of one yet. Let's try 11 across. Let's just move on swiftly. Abridged thesaurus with right term for radio operator. So abridged is an interesting word there, isn't it? I mean, if something's abridged, it means it's been shortened. So I think we might be shortening a word for thesaurus. And right can be abbreviated to an R. So maybe we're putting the shortened thesaurus with an R. I'm thinking of Roger's thesaurus here, so we take off the T. We just have, and that R, Roger, would be a term for a radio operator. They would use Roger, wouldn't they? That's Roger. That's a cool, very nice clue that is as well. PostMark is on form. Can you see any theme emerging yet? I can't. Crow, Dylan, Roger. Not yet. Right, we'll try 2 more crosses, then we'll go to the downs, will we? Let's see. Right, 12 across. Snake's worn out heart occasionally stopping. Snake's worn out heart occasionally stopping. Occasionally is an interesting word. It's a wordplay word. Basically, it means take alternate letters of a word. Probably refers to heart, I think. The occasional word letters of heart would be ER maybe, or HAT. And it's stopping is another word as well. I think that's a wordplay word for it's been inserted into a word. So maybe a word for worn out has got ER in it, and it means snake. 7-letter word for snake. Serpent. There we go. Look at that. So we got the word for worn out is spent. And we put in the ER of the alternate letters of heart in there, and we get serpent. Wow. Very nice. And I love the surface there. It's a great picture in it of a heart that's worn out would occasionally stop, wouldn't it? Very good. Okay, 13 across. Former Catholic cashes in on pardons. Whenever you see former in a cryptic crossword, you should think immediately of EX. It's quite a handy synonym for EX, and EX starts so many words or used in so many words, so setters love using it. So I think it starts with X. Catholic cashes in on pardon. So this definition, the definition here is pardons. So X, Catholic could probably be just a C. Remember, abbreviations have to exist in the dictionary. You can't just abbreviate any word. Like you can't just say cashes can be abbreviated to a C there. Only words that have an actual abbreviation in the dictionary can you use as to abbreviate in a crossword. So I think this is XC, excuses or excuses. Excuses is the word we're looking for here for pardons, isn't it? So we got former X, Catholic C, cashes in on is uses, and we get pardons. Very nice. Right, any sign of a theme yet? Crow, Dylan, Rogers, serpent, and excuses. Not seeing it yet. I'm tempted to do 3 more crosses and then go for the downs. Why not? Let's just do the 3 more because they're only short ones. Let's see what there is there. 14 across. Catch toss with different hand. I've seen this before. This different hand business. Now, if you got hands, can be left or right, can't they? So a different hand means swapping an R for an L or an L for an R. I think this means catch then. So we have a word for toss, and we're swapping an R or an L in there, and it means catch. What could that be? Toss. Can't see it yet. Let's come back to that one. Let's try 16 across. Abandoned party in small room finishing early. So does this mean abandon or does it mean early? I mean, finishing early could literally refer to the last letter of early. Why? Because it's the letter that finishes early. This could end in a Y. Party is very often do, or it could be Tory or something like that as well. In small, small can be abbreviated to an S. And it means abandon. Ooh, what could that be? I don't know. Let's come back to that one as well. We need some checking letters, I think. Let's try 18 across. 18 across. One hurries to remove clothing. When you remove clothing in the cryptic, what you're doing is you're taking the outer layer off something. You're taking the outer layer off a word. So we're probably taking the outer layer off a word for hurries. And this means one. I'm trying to think of synonyms for one, or how you would use one in a cryptic. Because often one can be abbreviated to an I as well, but I think this remove clothing bit is making me feel that we're taking a word off hurries. Ace, that's the word we're looking for. Ace, because I think this is races, would be hurries, wouldn't it? And if we take the outer layer off races, like take the first and last letter off races, we end up with ace, which could be one. Cool. Right, let's switch to the downs to see if we can make some headway now. Okay, one down. Building rules jam European city. Okay, this is an anagram clue, and that's very nice. We got building, I think, is the anagram indicator. So we're going to build these letters, and we're going to end up with a city. So what letters are we building? We're building rules and jam, and then European can be abbreviated to an E. So we put all that together. See, we got 5 and 3 is 8, and 1 letter is 9. We're making an anagram of that. You can almost see the word already. That's what made me think of it at the beginning. But this is Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Again, what a brilliant surface that is. You can see why PostMark's a published crossword setter, can't you? Fantastic. Right, let's try 2 down. Peak selection of Elvis originals. Oh yes, look at this, a hidden word. Brilliant. I'm going to ring that bell. Look at that. So selection of is what gave me the hint there that maybe a selection of these letters is hiding the answer. This is a very typical type of clue you would get in a cryptic as well. The definition here is peak. So with the selection of means the word is hidden in Elvis originals. Look inside Elvis originals and you see a visor. See that? Cool. Lovely. I love a hidden clue. Right, let's go 9 down. Let's just work our way across. Light brown mist lies on lock. Light brown mist lies on lock. I think this is going to be light or light brown as a definition here, because something is lying on something here, which, you know, this is a down clue, so a word will be lying on top of another part of a word or word. Oh, and I have this, and this happens to be the name of my dog as well, as some of you will know already. This is haze is a mist, and haze on a lock, which can be abbreviated to an L, will give you hazel, which is the name of my cavapoo. Cool. So definition here is light brown. Lovely. Right, 4 down. A Sunday lunchtime staple, balm for cruciverbalists. Well, cruciverbalists are crossword lovers, aren't they? So a Sunday lunchtime staple. I mean, they are in the T here. This is 5-4. I'm thinking this is roast. This is roast something. Roast beef or roast lamb. Oh, it must be roast lamb because of balm. So roast lamb. So that could be a way of describing, if you had a clue for BAM and you were doing a cryptic, you could say roast lamb, as in make an anagram of lamb, with roast being the wordplay indicator there. That's a cool clue. Very nice. A nice lunchtime staple, especially Sundays. Roast lamb, lovely. Love roast lamb. Right, lovely. Nice clue there. Okay, more food involved here. Like with buffet, English wine. So we have, English is nearly always abbreviated to an E, and I can see an E here, so I'm wondering if with buffet is in here, and then wine is a definition. Now we've got W and E here. If this is wine, this must be white, I would say. So I'm going to go with white. How does that work then? So with can be abbreviated to a W, and buffet is hit. That must be buffet. If you buffet something, you hit it, don't you? So that's a cool use of buffet. That's a very nice, this is a homograph, isn't it? Where we got words that are spelled the same but are pronounced differently and have different meaning, which is another technique used a lot by setters and cryptics. So we're all thinking of buffet, but actually we should be thinking of buffet, giving us white. Love that. Cool. Right, 6 down, let's go. People charging flat batteries, that's their business. People charging flat batteries, that's their business. Oh, I have this, and this is brilliant. I just, because of batteries, and I saw the checking letters, I just saw the Duracell. And this is actually Duracell. The definition here is that's their business, so it's the name of the company that makes batteries, look. And I'll explain it now. Let me write it in first, and then I'll explain it. But that is a class clue. Love it. So we got people is a race, and charging flat batteries charging flat means where it's been inserted in a word for flat, which is dull. So we're putting race inside dull, and that gives Duracell. So batteries, that's their business, is the definition here. What an amazing clue. Let's try 7 down. Stage one's passed to enact law. Okay, based on the checking letters and this to enact law, this must be legislate, I think. I'm just going to put it in, and then we can parse it. So, how does this work? Well, remember I've mentioned before, 1 is very often abbreviated just to an I, because from the Roman numeral 1 is I. And sometimes when you use the apostrophe S in a clue, it actually goes straight into the answer as well. So we've got IS here. The stage, if you think of a stage of the Tour de France or whatever, could be a leg, couldn't it? And then 1 is IS. And then past would be late. If you died, you've passed. Put it all together and we get to enact law. Legislate. Love that. 8 down. They're typical numbers to entertain the troops. Right, I have this. This is a cool clue as well. When you see entertain, it's pretty much a container indicator. So if something's entertaining something, it means it's having it. It's having it's having it in its house. So it's surrounding it in cryptic crossword terms. So we've got numbers surrounding troops, and the whole thing means they're typical. So numbers is NOS, and troops could be RM. It could be Royal Marines. Norms would be things that are typical. See that? Cool. Right, let's go back to the cross ones we haven't quite got yet, will we? Let's try one across. This looks like, this is the dance. That must be jive. So, how is that working? I'm trying to parse it now. So, dance joint opened by DJ's other half. Well, there's the J. So is this like is a joint like a dive? Maybe a dive, instead of being opened by D, then we're substituting D for J, maybe? Getting jive? I'm not really sure. I think that's maybe what's happening. Maybe. I'll check later because there's some, there are annotated solutions so we can see what PostMark's thinking. Is that what my guess is there on the powers for that one? Okay, cool. Let's try 10 across then. Emperor is the Emperor, oh yeah. So what is this, what word can you make there? I can see Rastafari. Rastafari is the Emperor. Is it Haile Selassie? Rastafari. Emperor soldiers, isn't it? No, Emperor. Yeah, Emperor. Rastafari. Rastafari. There we go. So how's that working? We got soldiers, which are on expedition. Like an expedition, here's a safari, isn't it? And it's captured Troy. So Troy must be able to be abbreviated to a T. And then soldiers are RA maybe. Royal Artillery. I'd say Royal Artillery. So put it all together, we get an Emperor, Rastafari. Nice. Right, so far so good. Are you enjoying this? I am. What a great crossword. Let's have a look at what we got now, see if we can see any theme emerging here. Jerusalem, Visor, Hazel, Roast Lamb, White, Duracell, Legislate, Norms, Ace, Jive, Crow, Dylan, Roger. Sorry, I can't see any theme there, can you? I'm going to have to do a little bit more yet in order to see that, I think. But okay, let's get going. Let's keep going. We've tried these already, haven't we? The 14 across. So catch, toss with different hand. See, there's that L again, so that must have been an R before. So now it means catch. I'm not sure. Not sure. Let's try 21 across. We got an M there. Let's see what that is. Spoil drive with backswing. I think this might be mar. A 3-letter word meaning spoil, I think, is the definition here. So I'm going to go with mar. Drive with backswing. Would that be ram backwards, maybe? Maybe what the powers is there. That's another one to check when we get to the end. But that's how I'm reading that at the minute. Okay, let's try 22 across. Fast breeder reactor, finally rather black inside. Right, what do I see there? I see reactor finally, which is an R, like the last letter of reactor. It's going to be an R. This is, I think the definition here is a fast breeder. Rather black. Black can be abbreviated to a B, and that's inside here as well. We got a B here already, look. Rather black inside. Oh, I think I might have this, and this is super funny. A fast breeder, you think of a fast breeder, what animal do you think of? Yeah, exactly, a rabbit. This is a rabbit. Look at that. So, reactor finally is an R. Rather is a bit with black inside it. See that? So we get rabbit, fast breeder. Love it. That's hilarious. Cool. 23 across. Let's see. In which place missing husband used to be? Okay, when you see something like, say, missing, that means we're taking a letter out. And husband can be abbreviated to an H, and it nearly always is. When you see husband in a cryptic, you know you're looking, there's an H being taken, involved somewhere. So we're taking an H out of something. In which place would be where, W-H-E-R-E. So take out the H and we end up with used to be, which is where. Nice clue. I like that one. My favourite so far was 6 down, I think. 6 down. Yeah. And I also love 6 across for the Lady Gaga business. So those 2 6s are getting my vote at the minute. Right. Where are we trying now? We'll try 15 down. That could help a lot, couldn't it? Circumstance casting funny men with time to tumble as clowns. Circumstance casting funny men. Well, funny is an anagram indicator. Anagram of men. Casting. Time to tumble as clowns. It's like thinking circus. I can actually see the word circus in circumstances, so making me feel we're looking at circus here. Casting's also an anagram indicator, isn't it? And to tumble would be to fall. Actually, maybe what we're doing here is I'm just trying to work out. We need 9 letters. How many letters in circumstance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 12. Is that right? 12 letters in circumstance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 12. So maybe we're getting rid of M, E, and N. With time. Time's usually abbreviated to a T as well, though. I want to say circus. Circus what? Circus act. I can see nearly the letters for circus act in here. C-I-R-C-U-S T, A, and C. And we're getting rid of men. Yeah, we're taking men out of circumstance. And we're getting circus act. That's cool. Circus, even if I can spell it properly. There we go. Act. But what's his time? Man with time? Well, to tumble is to tumble as clowns is a circus act, isn't it? Maybe casting here means take away the. God, it's one of those ones where you see the answer and I can see circus here. Now I'm trying to justify it everywhere here. Let me just see how we're doing this. Because casting could be an anagram indicator. Funny can definitely be an anagram indicator. But casting could also mean getting rid of. So maybe it's circumstance, getting rid of an anagram of men. And then the definition is with time to tumble as clowns is a circus act. Yeah, I think that's right, isn't it? Okay, we'll check later. 14 across, let's go back there. We got quite a lot going on there now. Catch, toss with different hand. You can see lace, luck, lack, lick. Still can't see what that is actually. Catch. Don't know. And 16 across, what's that? Oh, it's the abandoned party in small room finishing early. So my idea about finishing early being a Y is absolutely wrong. Because otherwise the Y would be here, you see. Maybe it's finishing early means, you know, everything but the last letter. So a word for a small room has got a party inside it, and it means abandon. Still can't see that one either. What's a small room? Don't know. Keep thinking den. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's come back. Let's move on. Don't get too head up on it for now. Just if we get 17 down, actually that'll make some inroads. Disabling cold coming in little waves. Cold can be abbreviated to C. I think this means disabling, so it's probably going to end in ing, I think, and begin with a C. And cold coming in little waves. So we need a word for coming in little waves here. Or rippling. No, crippling. That's a cool clue. Crippling is disabling. Very nice. Now it's got my actually mind is racing back at 16 across now. What is that? Party in small room. I'm trying to get political party. It could be ANC. That's a party in South Africa, isn't it? The ANC. In small room, finishing early. Still can't see what that would be. If that is any, if this is, can you see a word coming out of there yet? Can we see a word coming out of that yet? Can't see. I don't know what that word is. I can't think of a word. I'm going to come back to it. That's really annoying. Can't see a word. Right, let's try 25 across. 25 across, come on. Boxer, bitch, essentially one mating. Essentially is a good word in cryptics. Basically it means like the heart of a word, like the middle letter of a word. So it could be the middle letter of bitch, could be a T here. Definition I'm feeling is boxer. One mating we need in here. Don't know, but I think it begins with a T. Let's see if this begins with a T. 25 down. Flower, thus laid out regularly on page. So this could be flower or flower, but something regularly is a bit like occasionally. That's like taking the alternate letters of, oh yeah, it's a flower. So we have the alternate letters of thus laid out. Look, it's T-U-L-I, and then that's on page. On page can be abbreviated to P, so that's tulip. Tulip is a flower. Okay, 31 across. I'm just going wherever I can now for this. 31 across. Look to acquire Tesla. Is it safe? Look to acquire Tesla. Is it safe? Well, Tesla I think can be abbreviated to a T, can't it? So we maybe have a word for look, and inside it we have a T, and it means is it safe? I want to say look could be peer, couldn't it? It could be Peter. Why is that safe? Does that mean safe? Peak is another word. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's try 20 down. Character upset. Cross about magician's method of departure. Method of departure. Magician's method. That feels like that's a definition to me, because the character's upset. The upset and a down clue usually means it's been reversed. That's normally what it means. So I keep zooming in there, don't I? I'm going to try and zoom out. Here we go. So I think we need a word for character. Upside down. Cross about. Also, about could also mean upside down, or it could mean CA, or it could mean re, or it could mean an anagram of as well. I'm just trying to think of a magician's method of departure. How did a magician get out? Trapdoor. Oh, it's trapped. It is trapdoor because it's part, isn't it? Trapdoor. So we get part back upside down is a character upside down. And then we have door, which is rood upside down. Rood is like a crucifix, isn't it? A rood. So that's where we get there. Okay, cool. Oh, this looks like Peter now. Is it safe? I don't understand. I'm going to put Peter in there because Peer means look. Acquiring Tesla. Is it safe, Peter? God, I don't know. I don't understand that one. I'm just going to go with Peter. I'm not sure. We'll find out at the end if it's right. Let's try 29 across. Plain lines introducing one given Oscar. Well, lines, I've seen this before. Lines can be abbreviated to an L. So when there's two of them, that means two L's. I can see llano here, which is like a Spanish word. It means plain. So lines introducing one given Oscar is the O, and one could be Anne, couldn't it? So we get llano. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's cool. Okay, 25 across. Oh, this is boxer bitch again. One mating. Boxer. Let's try 26 down. See if we get it. Outsiders to redub music. 131. Oh, I love this. I love this one. Outsiders to redub is referring to the word redub. The outsiders of redub are the first and last letters. That's R and B. Now, I've just said it out loud. So when you say R&B, that's the actual type of music, isn't it? R&B. Although it's never written like R&B, is it? But that is brilliant. Love that one. I like the use of outsiders there. That's up there in my top clues of the day. 26 along with the 2 6s. Lovely. What's this word then? Thumper. We got a humper with the T, which is the essential of bitch. Thumper. There's a boxer. Someone, suppose if boxers thump somebody, they're a thumper, aren't they? Nice. And we got rabbit here too, like thumper and rabbit. They're both rabbits, aren't they? Actually, Peter's also a rabbit. Is this the clue? I might have stumbled upon the theme here. It's rabbits. Jive Bunny. Roger Rabbit. White Rabbit is another rabbit, isn't it? That's great. Rabbits, I suppose it's Easter. We're talking about Easter bunnies, are we? Love it. Very good. Right, let's try 32 across. Things plugging holes, disheartened badgers. Well, when you see disheartened in the cryptic, that means take out the inner letters of a word. So we're disheartening badgers, which gives us a B and an S. And it's something plugging. This is bugs. I think this is bugs. So we got disheartened badgers is a BS, isn't it? Now, things plugging holes. They would be bungs, wouldn't it? Oh, wow, there's a lot to this actually. I think the definition is actually badgers, and I'm not sure if disheartened refers to badgers or not. Then no, it doesn't actually. Look at that. I've managed to get this right for the completely wrong reason. But this is a thing plugging a hole would be a bung, wouldn't it? But if you dishearten that, you're taking out the heart of it. So you're taking out the middle letter, which is an N, and we end up with bugs, which can mean badgers. Look at that. I looked at disheartened badgers and saw B and an S and thought, there's the B, let's stick the S in. That is, I'll take no credit for getting that one right. Right, let's try 30 across here. And you got Bugs Bunny as well, obviously, is another rabbit, isn't it? Right, 30 across. Liquid lunch, a pint curtailed, one's hammered. This must be nail something, because it's hammered. So I'm thinking. We need 9 letters. curtailed means shortened, doesn't it? So I think we're taking off maybe the T of pint, and liquid could mean anagram. I think this is lunch a pin, and an anagram of that. And I think we already have nail, don't we? Nail punch, I think this is. This something is hammered when you hammer it onto a nail, that little metal thing that you hit a nail with, or hit a hammer onto. Love it. Cool. 24 down, here we go. A dwarf like Larry. This has to be happy. As happy as Larry. I think that's what this is. Brilliant. One of the 7 dwarves. Love it. The cryptic definition here we have. That's nice. Or a double definition. A dwarf and like Larry. A double definition. Let's try 27 across. 27 across. Quiet parking place providing cover for old philanderer. Well, quiet is very often a P, and we have the P here, so it's from soft and music. Look at that. Zoomed in again. My camera is very reactive to me. Put my hand up. Right. Quiet is a P. Parking space providing cover for old philanderer. An old can be abbreviated to an O, so I think we're putting an O inside. Parking place. This is lay-by, isn't it? Yeah, Playboy. Playboy. What a cool clue. So we have P is quiet, O is old, lay-by, providing cover. So that means it's surrounding the O. Love it. Cool. Playboy bunny as well, obviously. Giving a rabbit theme. 28 down. Amusing female becoming British Easter icon. This has to be bunny, isn't it? Yes. So it's, how's this working, this one? Well, we have a word for amusing, which is funny. And the female, which can be abbreviated to an F, of funny is becoming British. So we're changing the F to a B and getting bunny. And we get an Easter icon. Love it. 33 across. Evident in infancy, stunted growth. Yes, this is a hidden answer again. And when you see something like evident in, it just gets your alarm bells running already. So within infancy and stunted, we have a word for growth. Look in there. Cyst. Love it. Very neat. Right, we've literally got 3 clues left. This has been such great fun, this one, hasn't it? What's this? 19 down. Entirely sinful eater tracks weight with success. 5-4. This has to be every something, I think. Every what though? It's not every what. I don't think that's a phrase, is it? Every entirely sinful eater. Oh, sinful eater's Eve. Look, this is definitely every. Tracks could be railway. I'm really pushing it here, trying to find the parsing here. Weight could be a W. So this is every wit. Success is a hit. Every wit means entirely. That is very good, isn't it? So I just had that is cool. Every wit. Something in the back of my mind reminds me of that phrase, every wit. But that's the thing about cryptics. You can get there just from the parsing aspect of it, can't you? Nice. Right, 2 left. Come on. And if, like, literally, we have every other letter here. Right, let's go to 16 across. Abandon party in small room, finishing early. This is cancel. Cancel. Fits there, doesn't it? It's funny, sometimes you go away from someone and you come back to it, then it's obvious, like, cancel. So how's that working? Party is ANC, yeah. Small room is a cell, and it's finishing early, so we're not using the last letter of cell. So, and it means abandon. So we have cancel. Neat. That is very good. Doesn't have anything to do with bunnies or rabbits, does it? No. Okay, last one then. 14 across. Catch, toss with different hand. I'm fairly sure the different hand thing I was talking about is right. So that used to be an R, and now it's an L. So I'm thinking of words begin with R and C. So you could have like rice, for example, has become lice. That's not doesn't mean catch or toss. So rack, lack. No. Rock and lock. No. Do you have this yet? Are you screaming at me? Rock and lock. A lock could be a catch actually so it's not catch as in when you grab something out of the air, but catch as in like a lock, like a catch on a door, I suppose, that would work, wouldn't it? Lock. Toss. Does toss mean rock? I suppose someone could be tossed about at sea, couldn't it? That would be rocked, maybe. I'm going to go with it. I think it's lock. L-O-C-K. What do you reckon? How are we doing there? Is this right? I'm going to do the old check grid business here and confirm check grid and see if anything changes. Nope, we got there. Amazing. That is so good. And how much fun was that crossword? That was brilliant. And we found the theme as well. So we're talking about rabbits, aren't we? Now, where were the things I wasn't 100% sure about in terms of, one across, a jive, is it dive? I mean, just go here now, down at the bottom, we can go annotate a solution. So, a joint dive opened by DJs, all the half substitution of J for D. Okay, so that's what we thought. Okay, that's cool. What was the other one? What was the other one I wasn't sure about? Mar. Yeah, let's check Mar. 21 across. Drive is ram with backswing or reversal. QM. Question mark to indicate slightly cheeky indicator. Okay. Well, we got there from the checking letters, I think, didn't we? So that was cool. I think that's fair enough. PostMark, we'll give you that one. What was there? Was there any other ones I wasn't sure about? Oh, Peter, 31 across. Didn't understand this one. Let's see. Let's go. 31 across. Definition, is it safe? Look is peer to acquire Tesla. So we got Peter. Is it safe, Peter? I still don't understand that one. Is it safe means Peter? Not sure. Don't quite understand that one. But there we are. Look, we've got to the end of the crossword. That was amazing fun. Thank you, PostMark, for continually setting amazing crosswords, and thank you for watching if you've got this far. Please like, subscribe, comment as well. I love reading your comments, so please comment and let me know, and let PostMark know what you think of this crossword, and let me know if you got to the end before I did. Were you screaming at me for lock and cancel there? Brilliant stuff. Love 6 across, Dylan. Love 6 down, Duracell. R&B as well, brilliant one. And Playboy actually was pretty cool and a great theme. So amazing stuff. Now, this Sunday, I'm back on the lives. I haven't had a live for 3 weeks because I've been away. It was my birthday, then I was away, and then it was Easter Sunday. So we've missed 3 weeks of lives, but we're back on Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time. And the word of the week this week is anemia. So if you want to come up with a clue for anemia, I think it's quite a nice clue to try and come up with. Send it to my email here, and I'll include it in the live stream on Sunday, and then we'll vote to see who wins clue of the week. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed that. It's great to be back doing a 15 by 15 cryptic, and I will See you soon. Thanks a million. Bye.